Last week I played in one of the most exclusive chess tournaments that Chicago has to offer. Even though I lost, it was one of the coolest events I've ever been a part of.
Who's cutting it? Who's cutting it? Who's cutting it? Who's cutting it? Who? Yeah. OVO sound.
Meet Julia, William, and John. They're all part of Chess Coffee Chicago.
An amazing tournament.
Yep.
Amazing, just socializing, amazing vibes.
First evening tournament, 24-person tournament, and we're just so happy that it went well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And, great winners, great players, and it's up from here.
I was kind of curious what was going to happen in the first round. I really had no idea what to expect. The opening game wasn't that crazy, but I could tell immediately he was a strong player. My friend Daryl was actually childhood best friends with him. Turns out he played the top board in high school. That makes sense. No, you didn't.
I'll be on my best behavior.
Round 2 started with my good friend Ross. He actually hosts his own club called Chess Night. Definitely worth a look if you want to play a fun, casual game. In round 2, I committed the cardinal sin of chess, not castling early, so I got punished early in the game. I was then down a pawn, had to lock in to equalize, and then I grinded out the end game with a nice checkmate.
And loving all the things going on in the chess world in Chicago. Definitely feels like a Chicago chess renaissance.
The nerves only got worse from here. If I won in round 3, then I go to the quarterfinals. If I don't, then I don't. My opponent Evan was actually a great competitor and also makes music. We spent more time talking about FL Studio than chess, but it was a great game nonetheless. I ended up with a dub, but I knew it was only going to get harder from here. The top 8 gather and I'm facing Alec. This guy used to play in the high school circuit as well and is one of the toughest opponents you'll see out here. This won't be the last time you'll see him though. I put up a decent fight until the middle game where I got caught with a few clever tactics. I'll definitely have to review this one, but I didn't have enough pieces to hold me in the end. Fair play.
I don't want to chat to you during the game. Alright, bro. Catch you later, bro. It was really good seeing you.
You gonna make a vlog?
Yeah.
I wasn't really done with the day. I still had to capture the semifinals and the finals, but I took some time to chill and talk with everyone. It seemed like everyone was in a good vibe.
It's touchable. Okay, touchable. And that's pretty much it. Any other questions from anyone?
Make sure to give my guy Will a follow here. He did a great job being the arbiter for this tournament. As the semifinals started, I could tell the tension was rising. Evan H and Alec made a draw for this first game, and the other Evan ended up winning his match against Opera. So I wanted to get his thoughts after the game.
What's your name?
Opera.
Okay. How long have you started playing chess?
Since I was 8 or 9.
Okay, nice. And how'd you hear about the tournament?
I ran into John at the beach for a big games of chess. He told me of the tournament and I just showed up.
Okay, cool. And what do you think about your last game?
My last game, I kind of overpushed first. I don't think I did anything particularly bad. I just wanted to win too much that I forgot that sometimes you need to play more pragmatically.
And are you looking forward to the next event?
Yeah.
Alright, awesome. Thanks for running. See you. So you made it to the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, and then now the finals.
The final.
Yeah.
Surprising, for
Surprising?
sure.
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
I play online a lot, but haven't played in tournaments in years. And it's going over the board is totally different than online.
For sure.
It's like you have this handicap as soon as you get over the board if you haven't been playing.
I was going to ask you, what was kind of your chess background or experience?
Yeah, so I started playing as a kid. My dad taught me when I was maybe 7, 8. Really got into it, started playing competitively in tournaments when I was 10, 11, 12. And then kind of got out of it as I got into high school because chess wasn't like a cool thing to do.
Of course.
And then after college, I kind of got back into it.
Nice. And may I ask what you do outside of chess?
Yeah, so I do digital advertising.
Okay.
So mostly Facebook ads and Google ads, which
nice.
Lends itself really well to an analytical mindset.
Oh, yeah.
So the chess, the analysis, it all goes hand in hand.
I was going to say, the marketing world must be a chess game in itself.
It is, yeah.
It really is. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Good luck on the tournament.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
As a reminder, this is still the second game of the semifinals. The winner of this game will determine who the other player is in the finals. But as the game progressed, Evan H was able to get a pretty good position and take the win from there. Funny enough, it'll be two Evans playing each other in the finals. So on board 1 for the championship, we have Evan versus Evan. And then for 3rd and 4th place, we have Alec versus Opera. So board 1 will actually be played on this chess set. And I want to thank our sponsors for providing us this beautiful work of art.
So this game is between Evan and Evan for the first game here. Are there any questions from the players? No? Alright, cool. Shake hands. May it begin.
This is the match I was waiting for all day. It's the finals, the two best players in the entire tournament playing each other, and it started off with an interesting opening. It seems right off the bat they blitzed out their moves, started developing their minor pieces, getting ready to castle. Still the evaluation bar is saying that it's still pretty even for both players, but let's see who's going to break the tension first. It seems that most of the minor pieces have been developed pretty well. Now it's just a matter of putting them in threatening positions. Like we see here with that attacking bishop staring right at that queen on d1. Now the engine is suggesting that the queen move up to d3, but let's see what Evan H does. He instead moves it one to the right, a quick pawn move by his opponent, reshuffles his knight. Perhaps it's looking to attack that bishop there. Bishop retreats. And as you can see in the center of the board, there are a lot of outposts for the knights there on d4 and d5. So Evan has an option to take, which he does. Let's see if he either takes with the pawn. No, he takes with the knight instead. Interesting. I guess it creates, again, both a beautiful outpost for both positions. This could lead to some very nasty tactics towards the end game. Reshuffling his queen to create a very strong diagonal there with the bishop. Now his opponent's bishop could either push forward to e2, instead he goes to f3. Interesting, because if the bishop takes on f3, knight takes back, it creates a fork with the king and the queen. It's a very nasty tactic set up here by Evan. Evan H does not respond by taking the bishop, instead he pushes his pawn forward to take the bishop. Probably going to retreat back to b6. Bishop retreats, rightfully so. Now that last minor piece is developed, staring right at that knight in the center of the board. Evan decides to take with the bishop, equal trade, and then reshuffles his rook, perhaps to add some extra support and attack on that pawn there on the c file. Evan H moves his rook there to reinforce. Positionally, I would say that the white pieces are doing slightly better, but we have yet to see. There's still a lot of chess to be played. Interesting pawn push here, perhaps looking to clear open that f file, creating an open space for that rook on f8. Pawn takes, rook takes back. Evan decides to take that bishop on d4. Bishop takes back. Yeah, that bishop and that rook are staring both at f2. So let's see what Evan H does to defend. Okay, attacks that rook immediately. Rook retreats. The computer engine is suggesting a pawn push on f4. Awesome. Evan H finds it, perhaps trying to take away some of that tension towards the center. As you see, the crowd is very, very engaged. Since the match started, no one has actually even looked at their phone or walked away. So it's a pretty exciting game overall. A lot of sharp tactics here. Evan decides to push his queen forward, perhaps looking to create a battery with those two rooks. I think Evan H is really considering whether to do this pawn push or not, whether it's too risky, it's leaving his king too vulnerable, or if it's the perfect time to do so. Looks like Evan pushed his pawn on the b file. Evan H will take that pawn back. Of course, the queen can't take because the queen on d3 is protecting that pawn. Perhaps Evan is looking to trade rooks, and they do. The white pieces seem to be in a better position just because their pieces have a bit more freedom to move around. As Evan retreats back with the queen, Evan H pushes his rook forward, trying to attack that isolated pawn there, or the base of the pawn chain, I should say. Let's see, he can either defend with the queen, as the engine suggests, or with the rook. Perhaps not at all. We'll see. You can see him contemplating here which piece I should defend that pawn with. Or there are other tactics I should look out for. Critical moments like this, it's really, really stressful to see all the options that you and your opponent have. He decides to defend with his rook. Engine is suggesting pawn push. Evan H finds it. Best move according to the computer. Now, if that pawn is taken, right, on f6, the knight can take back, causing a fork between the king and the rook. But Evan does not fall for that. He retreats back with his bishop, trying to bring it closer to the king perhaps, giving him more support. Computer engine is suggesting the queen move on that diagonal. Instead, Evan moves with his knight, giving a check to the king, forcing it to move one space to the left. Pawn takes pawn, giving a check to the king. Now Evan has to decide whether I should take the knight and let the pawn promote because it's one space from getting to the end of the board, or to take the pawn. I guess he takes with the pawn. Evan H gives him a check with the queen. Of course, it's defended by the knight. And there you have it. Evan Haddocks is your official tournament champion. Congrats to both players. The third and fourth place match was going on at the same time. I was able to get the last few moments of this game, and this was the last position before upper resign.
Can you tell me about your last game, how it went for you?
The game went well. I think I won an exchange, was able to convert it pretty easily. That was a solid blitz game.
Nice.
Won in the end game.
So round of applause to the players right here. We want to thank our sponsors, Johnny Walker, House of Stein, Chess.com.
It's good to be king.
Good to be king.
Chess store in Elmhurst. We donated the second place prize board that you'll be getting. I'll bring that out in a moment. But I also want to say thank you for everyone who's showing up. Huge response. I think it went viral amongst the chess community. And we've been building slowly, and now we're shooting off. And we're here every Tuesday during the day, like 10 to 3. I know it's tough, but now we start Fridays. So we'll be around.
My name is Evan Haddock.
So how'd you feel about being in the finals and, overall your tournament experience?
It was exciting, a little nerve-wracking because you don't know people's ratings here. You can't look them up and be like, oh,
Right.
this is what your USCF rating is. You're kind of going in blind, so it just makes you play super solid. If you don't play solid, you're going to get caught up. I got caught up in the third game trying to be fancy because I just didn't expect that much from him. But he played really well. But this was a great experience, and I want to be back.
Nice. So you had a bit of a strategy coming into this, like how you're going to play it.
Yeah, just play super solid. Don't go overboard because you never know what someone's like.
Yeah. May I ask you, what kind of is your background in chess?
I started when I was 7 years old. My dad taught me how to play chess, and I played up to 8th grade. Took a break for basketball, freshman to junior year, and I stopped basketball, picked chess back up again.
Nice.
And hopefully I don't stop playing.
Okay, awesome. Well, best of luck to your future, Evan, and hopefully you keep playing chess. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Which high school? Huh? Whitney Young?
Okay, thank you guys so much for, again, hosting such a great tournament. I'm sure it was a great success for everyone involved, but thank you again. All right, bye-bye. Flex it, hey! Thank you to Chess Coffee Chicago, thank you to John, William, and Julia, and thank you to all the players and spectators for making this event a dream come true.